Hello everyone and welcome to Warhammer. Today we're going to be talking about the Hedonites of Slaanesh, doing that faction focus. And so, as always, battle traits. We're going to pause here and let you pause it if you so desire, but we've already covered those in shorts, so you can look at that on my channel if you want to hear me talk about it. Battle formations, you have the Depraved Carnival. Passive, add 1 to hit rolls for friendly Sybarite infantry units while they're damaged, or if they had any models slain in the same turn. Secret Cavalcade, friendly Hedonites of Slaanesh cavalry units can still use a charge even if they retreat, and they don't take damage from the retreat ability. Epicurean Revelers, friendly non-hero Hedonites of Slaanesh daemon units use the rally commands. You roll 3 additional dice, and then Supreme Sybarites add 3 to the control scores of non-hero Hedonites of Slaanesh while they're within the combat ranges of Hedonites of Slaanesh heroes. Heroic trait, so you pick 1. Glory Hog, if an enemy hero is destroyed by this unit has the euphoric keyword for the rest of the battle. Strongest alone, add 1 to hit and wound rolls while it is more than 6 inches from all friendly units. And Into the Fray, where if this unit charges this turn and the unmodified charge rolls was an 8 up, they get strike first. All in all, I would say strongest alone or Into the Fray is the better one. Artifacts of Power, you've got Icon of Infinite Excess. Pick a non-hero Hedonites of Slaanesh unit wholly within 12. Add 1 to the attacks characteristic of their melee weapons for the rest of the turn, once per battle. Another once per battle ability, the Threnody Voice Box. For the rest of the turn, subtract 1 from the attacks characteristic of melee weapons used by enemy units while they're in combat with this unit, or the Pendant of Slaanesh. If any damage points were allocated to this unit this turn, heal 3 this unit. That's going to be the one you go for. The other ones are once per battle. This one's a healing passive. Spell Lore. The Lore of Extravagance. Sadistic Spite is your unlimited spell, casting value of 6. Pick a visible, friendly, euphoric target unit to be the target. They get crit mortal instead of crit 2 hits for the rest of the battle round. Overwhelming Acquiescence, casting value of 7. Pick a visible enemy unit within 18. Add 1 to wound rolls that target them. And Phantasmagoria, casting value of 5. Pick a visible enemy unit within 12 until the start of your next turn. Each time the target is picked to use a fight ability before reactions are used, you can pick a friendly unit in combat. Friendly unit can move 2d3, it can pass through the combat ranges, and can end that movement in combat. Interesting. Very interesting. Manifestations, the Mesmerizing Mirror is summoned on 6. Wheels of Excruation is casting value of 6 as well, and Summon Dreadful Visage is casting value of 7. Shalaxi Hellbane, really powerful anti-hero character. Subtract 1 from hit rolls for combat attacks that target this unit. Casting value of 4 spell. Add 1 to wound rolls that target enemy heroes, and add 1 to save rolls made by enemy heroes that target this unit. So you make him tougher, and he hits harder against heroes on a 4. Paramount Hunter, once per turn, when your opponent declared a charge ability for a hero within 9 inches. If this unit is not in combat, it can immediately move 2d6. It can pass through the combat ranges of enemy units, but must end that move within an inch of that hero. If it does so, this unit has charge, and the hero's charge ability has no effect. Then Excess of Violence, once per battle, you pick a friendly non-hero Hedonites of Slaanesh unit wholly within 12. They can use 2 fight abilities this turn. After the first is used, they get strike last. Keeper of Secrets, that kind of it's the same passive, Supernatural Grace. Locust of Slaanesh, pick a friendly Hedonites of Slaanesh daemon unit that started the battle with 3 or more models and has been destroyed. A 4-up, set up a replacement unit with half the number of models from the target unit, rounding up, wholly within 12, and more than 9 from enemies. Dark Temptations, once per turn, pick 1 of the following effects. Add 1 to hit rolls for the target's attacks. You pick an enemy unit. You add 1 to save rolls for the target, or if the target is damaged, heal D3. Then you add 1 to the damage characteristic of this unit's elegant Great Blade for the attacks that target that enemy unit for the rest of the turn. Interesting. Cacophonic Choir, casting value 6, pick up to 3 visible enemy units within 6, roll a dice for each target. If it exceeds their control characteristic, inflict d3 mortal damage on it. Sinessa, you've got Enthralling Splendor once per turn in any combat phase. Pick an enemy unit that charged. Roll dice on a 3-up, subtract 1 from wound rolls for the target's attacks. Voice of Slaanesh. Pick a visible unit within 18. If the target is friendly, add 5 to the control score. If the target's an enemy, subtract 5 from the control score. Progeny of Slaanesh passive, while a friendly Dexessa is on the battlefield, add 1 to this unit's power level. And Whispers of Doubt, casting value 7, pick a visible enemy hero within 18. Add 1 to hit and wound rolls for combat attacks that target that enemy unit for the rest of the turn. Dexessa, you've got Joyous Battle Fury. If any enemy models were slain by its combat attacks, heal d3 and place a Battle Fury token. Add 1 to the attacks of its Impaling Talons for each Battle Fury token it has. Fleeting Dance of Death. The unit can use charge abilities even if it used retreat, and it does not take damage from retreat abilities. Scion of Slaanesh passive, while a friendly Sinessa is on the battlefield, subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks that target this unit. And then Redolence of Violence once per turn. If this unit charged this turn, pick up to d3 other friendly non-hero Hedonites of Slaanesh daemon units wholly within 12. Add 1 to the attacks characteristic of the target's melee weapons. So pretty powerful. Salesk has Deadly Symbiosis in any combat phase. Pick a friendly non-hero Sybarite unit and a friendly non-hero Hedonites of Slaanesh daemon unit. Both the targets must be wholly within 12. For the rest of the turn, if either target uses the all-out attack or all-out defense, the other target can also use the same command in the same phase, and no command points are spent to use the command a second time. Vengeful Alliance passive, each time you make an unmodified save roll of 6 for a combat attack that targets this unit, inflict a mortal damage on the attacking unit after the fight ability has been resolved. And Subvert, casting value 7, pick a visible enemy unit within 12. They cannot use commands. Lot of heroes to talk about. Contorted Epitome, you've got, as a reaction when your opponent declared a command or retreat, you inflict d3 mortal damage on the target if they're in combat with this unit. And passive, if you make a successful ward roll, add 1 to its power level until the end of your next turn. So pretty powerful there. Infernal Enraptress, once per turn, reaction your opponent declared a spell ability for a wizard within 18. The casting roll of the spell must be rerolled. If 2 or more dice in the rerolled casting roll have the same value, or if one of the dice is a 6, inflict d3 mortal damage on that wizard after the effect of the spell has been resolved. Pretty good anti-wizard character. The Mask, in the deployment, you can remove this unit from the battlefield, set it up again on the battlefield more than 3 from all enemy units. And then in any hero phase, you pick one of the following effects. You add 3 to the attack's characteristic of its razor-edged claws the rest of the turn, or heal 3. Pretty powerful. Seeker Chariot, Mutilating Blades. If it charged, pick an enemy unit within an inch, or roll a d3 on a 2-up, inflicted amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. Hellflare. In any movement phase, you have the Soul Scent. Pick up to 3 enemy units that this unit passed across this phase. Roll d3 for each target. On a 2-up, inflict amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. If any models are slain, this unit has ward of 5-up for the rest of the turn. And passive of Threshing Doom. When this unit moves, it can pass through models and enemy infantry units and can pass through the combat ranges of enemy infantry units, but it cannot end a move in combat unless specified in the ability use. Blade Bringer, it's a Herald on Exalted Chariot. If this unit charges this phase, pick an enemy unit within an inch on a roll a d3 on a 2-up, inflict amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. And then Soul Gorgers, once per turn in your movement phase, pick up to 3 friendly non-unique Hedonites of Slaanesh war machines, wholly within 12. Add 1 to the attacks of their melee weapons for the rest of the turn. It also applies to the companions. Daemonettes, add 1 to the attack characteristic of their piercing claws for the rest of the turn if they charge. Fiends, you've got the beast keywords, and then Sympatheric Musk. Pick an enemy unit in combat. On a 4-up, they get strike last, and passive is subtract 1 from casting rolls and unbinding rolls for enemy wizards while they're wholly within 12, or just while they're within 12. Seekers, really good cavalry options. While making run rolls, when you roll a 1 to 3, you can use a value of 4 instead. And then Glutos or Scolian, the Gorge on excess at the end of any turn, pick a friendly Sybarite unit wholly within 12 and heal 6. In your hero phase, Crippling Famishment, casting value of 7, pick a visible enemy unit within 18. To the start of your next turn, have their move and have run and charge rolls for the target. Then passive, the Grand Gourmand. Pick a different effect. A different effect applies to friendly Sybarite units each battle round while they're wholly within 12 of this unit. The effects of the previous battle rounds also apply. Battle round 1, add 1 to run and charge rolls. Battle round 2, add 3 to the control scores. Battle round 2, sorry. Battle round 3, add 1 to hit rolls. Battle round 4, add 1 to the rend of their melee weapons. So a pretty powerful support hero that's really tough to kill, and gives a good effect. Lord of Hubris is a very interesting one. Sorry if you hear my dog in the background. You've got You First I Insist in the combat phase. Pick a enemy unit in combat. Sorry, 1 second. So sorry, there was a car outside. But You First I Insist, you pick an enemy unit in combat. Your opponent must decide whether the target will accept or decline. If they accept, the target has strike first. If this unit is in combat with the target when the target is picked to use a fight ability, all the target's attacks must target this unit. And if they decline, the target gets strike last. And in combat phase, you can also do only the best will suffice. Pick a friendly Myrmidesh Painbringers or Symbarish Twin Souls unit that's in combat. It's wholly within 12 of this unit to be the target. Roll a dice on a 3-up for the rest of the turn. Each time a model in the target unit is slain by a combat attack, and the model was in combat with the attacking unit, roll a dice. For every 4-up, inflict the mortal damage after the fight's been resolved. Lord of Pain, you've got Share the Pain. Each time you make a successful ward roll for this unit, for a damage point inflicted by a combat attack, inflict mortal damage on the attacking unit after the fight has been resolved. And then Disciples in Torment. While this unit is contesting an objective, add 1 to wound rolls for combat attacks by friendly Sybarite units wholly within 12. Sigvald, passive powered by Vainglory. If this unit charged this turn and the unmodified charge roll was a 6, the attack characteristic of Shard Slash is equal to the unmodified charge roll. Wow, so that's powerful. You could get up to 12 attacks with them. Glorious Reborn. This unit has strike first if it charged in the same turn, and charge slash ward rolls can't be made by its combat attacks. So really powerful character. Slam Gore Fiend Bloods kind of suck. Their ability in the enemy shooting phase is if any damage points are allocated to this unit this turn, they can use the normal ability as a normal move as if it was your movement phase. Their attacks don't do much, and they're not tanky really. With no ward, they just die quickly. The Shard Speaker of Slaanesh, Haze, you've got, sorry, reading the wrong section. It can only attack with the Shadow Claws by using the Mist Lurker's ability. Twisted Mirror, pick an enemy unit within 8, roll dice on a 4-up, subtract 1 from save rolls that for the target until the start of your next turn. And Mist Lurker's passive. As this unit successfully casts a spell, you can attack with its shadow-soaked claws. Then Myrmidesh Painbringers, add 1 to the rend of their melee weapons while it's contesting an objective you don't control. Blissbarb Archers. This unit's Bliss Brew Homunculus is a token. There's 1 Bliss Brew Homunculus for every 10 models in this unit. Subtract 1 from hit rolls for shooting attacks that target this unit while it has 1. You make an unmodified save roll of 1. You remove it after the attack has been resolved. Damage is still inflicted. Symbarish Twin Souls, ego-driven excess if they did not charge this turn, subtract 1 from the attack's characteristic of melee weapons used by enemy units while they're in combat. And if this unit did not charge this turn, it has a ward of 5 up. So really good if it doesn't charge. On the charge, they are just okay. Hellstriders. If this unit charges this turn, subtract 3 from the controls of enemy infantry while they're in combat. I like this unit. It looks good. Slick Blade Seekers. You can reroll charge rolls for this unit. Also, another great cavalry option. Both of these are great cavalry options. This one's really strong. And then these ones, I think, are even better with the archers. Bliss Barb Seekers. Add 1 to the end of their ranged weapons for attacks that target units contesting objective you do not control. I really do like these models. I don't really like Slaanesh very often. Dreadful's Visage, health of 6, 8 move of 8, save of 6, 8 attacks, 3 up, 4 up, rend 1 damage. Cleansing Tongues, pick an enemy unit in combat, roll 6 dice for each 4 up, inflict a mortal damage. If any models are slain, they get strike last. Mesmerizing Mirror, health of 6, no move, save of 5 up, ward of 6 up. Irresistible Lure, when your opponent declared a move for a unit wholly within 12. If that enemy unit did not end its move closer to this manifestation than it was at the start of the move, inflict d3 mortal damage on it after the move ability has been resolved. And pick an enemy unit within 6 inches of the manifestation to be the target, inflict d3 mortal damage on the target, then add 1 to hit rolls for the target's attacks. Okay, interesting. And then Wheels of Excruciation, sorry. 6 health, 8-inch move, 5 up save. 2d6 attacks, 4 up, 4 up, no rend 1 damage. Pick up to 3 enemy units that it passed across, and roll 6 dice for each target. For each roll that is less than the target save characteristic, inflict 1 mortal damage on the target. Then the Feint of Slaanesh. In your hero phase, you pick a friendly Hedonites of Slaanesh unit wholly within 12, allocate d3 damage to the target, more rolls can't be made, then pick one of the following effects. Add 1 to wound, add 1 to run and charge, or add 1 to casting and unbinding. Kind of a hard sell, but then again, rallying is easier to do. So you've got the Shard Speaker of Slaanesh, 5 Bliss Barb Archers with another unit of 5 Bliss Barb Archers, 5 Slick Blade Seekers, and 3 Slangor Fiend Bloods. Regiment abilities, you pick a friendly unit to use this ability. They get strike first once per battle, or once per turn in your movement phase, you pick a friendly unit to use this ability for the rest of the turn. They can use a retreat ability and still shoot and or charge. That's the one you take. Enhancements, you pick 1 for your general, roll a dice for each enemy unit in combat. For 5 up, they get strike last. Make a casting value of 2d6. On a 6 up, make a cacophony roll of d6, inflict d3 mortal damage for each enemy unit within 6 inches of your general that has a controlled characteristic less than the cacophony roll. Twisted Mirror, once per turn in your shooting phase, pick an enemy unit within 9 inches of your general and roll a dice. On a 4 up, subtract 1 from save rolls for that unit until the start of your next turn. And then in your hero phase, heal d3. He might do either that or Twisted Mirror or Scepter of Domination, but probably Pennant of Slaanesh or Twisted Mirror. Cacophonic Choir is just too complicated. So spell for Shard Speaker of Slaanesh. On a 6 up, you roll 6 dice for each 4 up, you gain a depravity point. Slick Blade Seekers, you can reroll charge rolls. Slangor Fiend Bloods, it can shoot even if it gets hurt. It can move if it got hurt. And they can use shoot abilities even if it used a run ability. I think that's it. Yes. All right. And the Bliss Barb Archers are reinforceable. So, very glass cannony. But actually, their cavalry options are really, really tanky. You've got 5 up saves with this one doesn't have. I guess they don't have wards, but I have done the analysis and they are super tanky. Just and they do a lot of damage. Um, I also really like those models, so if I was going to do a Slaanesh army, I'd definitely do pretty much only Seekers and some heroes, though I do like the Myrmidesh Painbringers. I'm not a big fan of the Twin Souls. I like the Blitzbarb Archers as well. Um, the Mortals I like, the Demons I don't like as much. Um, but yeah, I think they're going to be very strong, can deal a lot of damage. Um, but we'll just have to see them in battle. I don't have any friends currently who play them, but I do have a friend who's looking to get into them. So there's a chance that y'all might see some Hedonites of Slaanesh battle reports in the future. Let me know if you'd like to see that by liking this video. Um, and I will try and do my best to convince my friends that he should make the plunge. I don't think it will take that much, but yes, please comment, like, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.